Hello, Taurus. This is Summer from Tarot by Summer, and I'm here to do your general reading for the month of November. I'm excited to be back, and I want to welcome you guys. If you're brand new, this is absolutely a pleasure for me to do this for you, and I welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back, and thank you so much for your continued support. You guys, I want to get into your reading, but before we do that, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give me the thumbs up, share this video if you like it, and ring that notification bell so that you can receive notifications of when I upload new videos, okay? All of these little things help me to keep the YouTube channel going. And if you like it, you'll continue to see videos. So thank you in advance, you guys. I appreciate you. Now let's jump right into this reading. I said a prayer and I meditated over your reading. I laid a few cards for the foundation of your spread. And I do this to get better connected with you, okay? So from the Animal Spirit deck, I pulled the black egg for you, okay? This is the black egg. And from my New Era Tarot deck, you have Two of Wands. You have domination. This is an interesting combination of energies. This is the main energy for the month, but it makes sense. It's pretty cut and dry, straightforward. You need to get clear and speak up about something or situation that you feel dominated by. There's some kind of decision that you need to make. There's some kind of point that you get to this month, or that you have gotten to, where you need to need to choose a direction to go in. But then there's like a dominating force behind this. Are you being pushed to make a decision about something? Are you pushing someone else to make a decision, to go in a direction, and you're not speaking up about it, or they're not speaking up about it? Or is this like passive aggression mixed with some passiveness, not really speaking your mind, not speaking up, not being clear about what it is you want, what it is you want to see transpire in a situation? Because for me, this is still the Two of Wands. This is coming at that threshold and choosing a path, selecting a path. But there are two people involved. In the regular Two of Wands, it can be two people, you and a significant other, or you and somebody, going down a path. But then there's domination here. Who's dominating? Who's leading the other? Who's leading whom? Who's leading whom? There's arm wrestling. There's a battle of one of you winning, of one of you becoming the leader in this situation, and the other's not speaking up about it, or needs to speak up about it this month. We're going to definitely go further into the reading and see how all of this plays. See where this energy comes from, and see how it plays out into the rest of the reading. Spirit, what messages do you have for me? What messages do you have for Taurus for the month of Taurus for the month of If it gets a little too dark, I'll turn on some light. I'm just kind of enjoying this as the sun is going down a little bit. It just feels so cozy right now with a little bit of light and candle. So it feels good. Okay. Your cards are pre-shuffled, by the way, but I like to do them again on the video so you can see. And we're going to pull 3 cards. What messages do you have for Taurus for this month? This is pointing more toward the past. And this is the moon. Okay. It just so happens that when I've been doing readings like this, the card in the middle usually comes out and matches the central energy of the month, the leading energy. We have rebirth, judgment. Okay. Look at this. And you've got a couple of cards that man, okay. You've got a story waiting to be told. The moon card pointing toward the past. Rebirth, judgment. Prince of Swords and the Two of Cups together. Okay. Taurus in the past, there have been some depression. There have been some depression. There may have been some secrets, something hidden, something that you may be curious about, or something, a secret that you haven't told, that you want to keep in the past, something that something that you are reliving, something that you are revisiting, and it have to do with childhood because it's coming up here at the end. You know, this is coming up at, you know, toward the end at the result. Something that you need to talk about. Something's got you kind of stuck here. And I want to visit this. I definitely want to see what this is, because the Six of Cups is about the past too. It is about nostalgia. It can be about childhood. It can be about your children, something you experienced back here. Because here there's rebirth. There's a child. There's a child in this particular judgment card. And this is like an adult being reborn, judgment, you know. Getting a second chance, a do-over, a point in your life where you're able to do something all over again and just wipe the slate clean and, you know, just say, you know, thank you, God, thank you, ancestor, spirit guides. You know, that moment where you can, where you've called upon a higher power, when you've called upon your spirit or your ancestors or whatever you believe, even your higher self, for a second chance, for answers, for clarity, for support from the universe, and you got an answer, you got answers, you got results, and you know you've got your wishes granted for another chance, for a do-over. Hearing that trumpet call, hearing the sound of the trumpet and responding to it. Trumpet mean looking out for a sign from heaven. You know how we pray and we meditate, we ask for a sign. God, ancestor, spirit guides, please show me a sign. And a feather falls from the sky. When we walk outside, a feather comes right down in front of us. It's like a sign, or a penny drops or something out of nowhere. We see all kinds of signs. And this is like a sign as well. An answer to a prayer, an answer to something that you have perhaps been silent about. For somebody's been in some sort of like domestic situation. It's been very stressful or toxic or even domineering. You know, it could even be violent, a struggle of, you know, the person who wants to lead, the person who wants to dominate, struggling, being in a battle with them, being in a relationship with them, on guard all the time. Somebody's trying to control, somebody's controlling. And then there's swift, fast movement, swift, fast decision making, a time where you're going to start taking action on a situation, maybe concerning something about your past or concerning something about your children or your child, needing to do something about a child and the embetterment of their future, because this is like being born again, rebirth. And then this is maybe you in the later stages as you're progressing along, or as you are projecting into the future what this would look like, after being born, and planning for a better future. But this is definitely about the past and nostalgia, children, so forth, so on and so forth. A revisit from the past, maybe an old friend coming to revisit from the past. But this doesn't feel like necessarily a friend coming back from the past to revisit. This feels like you in some sort of transformational stage that you're going through for some people. And some people, this is to rectify a situation with your children. Maybe, again, maybe there's some sort of domestic abuse. There may even be some sort of child abuse where the child is silent, or your inner child has been silent about some abuse that you've endured. There may be some kind of abuse that is that you're going to learn about this month that has to do with a child, or with someone that you know, or maybe even your childhood issues arising this month coming to the surface, and you got to kind of deal with them, you got to face them as the outcome. You can no longer be silent about whatever this situation is, this situation of domination. You got to make a decision, pick a path, and be very, very diligent about it. Speak up about what you can and what you can't, what you're not going to deal with, what you can't deal with, and what you're not going to deal with, what you can do, what you can't do. I think you guys know what I mean. Let's take a look at some of these cards here. Well, actually, not just yet. We're going to look into uh, your love and relationships. Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus's love and relationships? And these can be any kind of relationships. This is a general reading, so it's going to mean different things for different people, but I strongly feel like this situation has to do with a child. Your childhood, your children's childhood, somebody's childhood around them, and maybe an adult that hasn't been healthy in a situation surrounding this issue with childhood, the past, present, total outcome, future, near future this month. This feels like a protective energy, protecting these children, protecting the embetterment of their future. Because someone here is innocent, there's an innocence here, and this child needs to be protected and guarded. Yep. Somebody needs to be protected where they weren't in the past. Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus? Love life. Love and relationships. Two cards came out. They came flying out. Let's see. Five of Cups, Three of Cups. You've got Five of Cups and Three of Cups. There's a mourning and a loss, crying over something that's happened, crying over spilt milk, crying over a loss, and then there's celebration here. There's three people celebrating. This is telling me that you will be overcoming some loss. You will be facing it. You will be dealing with it. And not to say that you will overcome all of the loss this month, but there is some healing. There is some healing. There is some facing of a situation. Some may have some issues with substance, abuse, drinking or substance abuse, maybe going too much, maybe drowning your sorrows with partying, with drinking. Someone, this might be you or this might be someone else around you, and maybe you need to speak up about it because in this state, this person might be domineering, this person might be abusive, and you don't like it, whereas you've been quiet in the past. You've been maybe holding on to a secret about a family member or something, but you need to open up about whatever this situation is, whatever this domestic situation is. That message is for somebody. Now, we'll be clarifying because this looks interesting to me. Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus career and finances? What messages do you have for Taurus career and finances? And we want to see how your career and finances plays into this reading. I feel like a lot is going to come out in this reading, Taurus. You have quite an interesting story here that's already unfolding. And there's like a stack of cards. Let me see. 2, 3. We're going to go with these. You've got 7 of Swords, Ace of Cups, 6 of Swords, air energy. 7 of Swords, Ace of Cups. I hope you can see this. 6 of Swords. In your career and finances, there may be some balancing of some books that needs to take place. Okay. And I know that some of you know the tarot and you're like, where did she get balancing from books from this? I use this particular deck for career and finances and I use it for that only, because I get so many messages when it comes to career and finances and business and so forth, when it comes to issues with money, money period. It's just like crystal clear for me. That's why. Somebody needs to balance the books. Somebody needs to check on the books. There's something not quite right with the books. Okay? It looks really nice on the outside. It looks fluffy. It looks inviting. It looks ideal. It looks like a really good opportunities coming in for you to succeed, or for you to have more money, or for you to do something you love, for you to do something that you enjoy. But there's something not quite right about it. It's either something not quite right with the books, or something not quite right with a deal that is going to be presented to you this month. And you need to check out the fine print. You need to check out the true motives of the person that is presenting this. Okay, there may be some falsehood, there may be some lies, some deceptions about it. Read the fine print. Really look further into it. Maybe even get a second opinion about this offer. But there's something kind of tricky about it. Something you need to keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled about. Maybe someone wants to have control over the books. This might be their real motive, and they don't want you to say much about it. Okay? So they're kind of controlling it and trying to show you something else about it. Sort of like a switching bait. Okay, this is a really good idea. Look at this. Look at this cup. This cup of whatever this is, this pouring out of it. Cup of love. Cup of something that'll bring you happiness. Something that'll bring you joy. Fresh new start. But then they're really doing this. It's attached to deception. You can't even see this person's body. You don't even know who it is. All you see are the hands. It's attached to deception. And over here you have domination. This is this person's true motive for somebody. And again, you have more hands, more arms. They want to dominate, they want to lead, they want you to be quiet or you to shut up about a situation, not say anything, just keep quiet, go with the flow, go along with it. Literally go with the flow, go with the flow of all of this sugar and cream and ice cream that they're putting on top of it, all of the dressings, the thing that they're doing to dress it up and make it look inviting. So they're pulling tricks on one end and trying to get you to see something else because this is the true motive. That's for somebody. And it's like, for somebody, once they get you to sign this deal or they get you to go for whatever it is that they're presenting, making it look like a dessert or something really inviting or something, that you cannot resist, they're gonna move away with it. They're gonna take it and get out of Dodge, get out of the situation with it. This is tricky. Be careful with this. Keep your eyes peeled. Somebody's planning on leaving with some money. Leaving with some money, maybe even stealing your plans, stealing your ideas. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money, because some of you say, well, I'm not connected with anybody with money. Nobody has a bank account. Nobody has access to accounts. I'm not going to any deal with anybody. It's going to mean different things with different people. This may be a business opportunity or job opportunity or some kind of something that you sign legally. You could be purchasing something a car, anything, and they could be making a lemon look like a limousine. Okay, this lemon might really be a lemon. This limousine might really be a lemon because they want to win. They want to win the game at sales. They're talking a good game, talking a lot, really creative with the way that they talk, with the way that they flow, with their poetry, literally poetry in motion, with their influence, with their, their power to influence, their power of persuasion. And then you get stuck with something that doesn't work well, and then they're gone. You're stuck in a situation. So be careful with this. Read the books, read the fine print. Be really honest with yourself about something that you want and something that you don't want. Don't settle for something that you don't want. Know that all that glitters isn't gold. Know that not everything, not everything that looks appetizing is appetizing, so to speak, appetizing. Okay, so now let's clarify a few cards here and take a look at them. And I'm really curious to see, gosh, I'm curious about quite a few of them. Let's look at domination first. Spirit, why is domination here for Taurus? World card in reverse. Look at this. Ooh, it is telling me a story. Lot of information coming out. You've got the nine of swords in reverse. The world card. Let's see. Yep, world card in reverse. Four of cups in the upright position. Let me turn on more light. It'd be getting a little bit too dark in here. Okay. Ace of swords in reverse. Four of swords in reverse. Taurus, this may be your time to take control of a situation so that you can come out of your period of stagnation, can come out of your period of anxiety and depression, even some mental issues that you've been going through. And something's been keeping you down, something's been making you feel oppressed. Maybe you haven't spoken about it, but you'll be using this month to take back your power, to take back control over yourself or in a situation, because you don't want to cry anymore, you don't want to feel depressed anymore, you don't want to feel down, you don't want to continue going through the mental anguish that you've been going through. You feel like a cycle is not ending. You want to cycle to end and you want to take control over this. You don't want to settle for something you don't want. And this is you refusing to settle for this situation, to settle for mental anguish and a continuous cycle, a cycle of something that needs to break. Maybe even something that takes place at night, turning it down, pushing it away, turning someone down or pushing them away, turning down their offer, maybe even turning down their enticement. Next to it here, next to the Four of Cups in the upright position, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. A brand new start not taking place, truth not coming to the light, you feeling like you don't have a victory in the situation, or somebody not having a victory over you, somebody not getting that chance to dominate you because maybe you speak up, somebody not getting a chance to dominate you, and then they have to wake up, they have to wake up and not sleep on you, not sleep on your power. Or maybe this is something that they need to do. They need to come out of their asleep state. One of you need to wake up, okay? Because the four of swords is in a right position, resting, healing, meditating. In the reverse position, it's like waking up. You're not resting. You leaving your rest state or being restless. Here you need to wake up. You're waking up. You're waking up for a situation. You see that it's not going anywhere. You see that the cycle is not broken. And this is what it's telling me. It's going to mean different things for different people. What is this cycle about that hasn't ended? There's something that's been going on from the past. Spirit, why is the moon card still here? Why is the moon card pointing to the past? Why is the moon card here? You've got some stories to tell, Taurus. Quite a few stories going on here. A lot of stories. And this is like a million cards. Justice card. Queen of Wands in reverse. Two of Swords in the upright position. Hierophant in reverse. Star card in the upright position. Something happened in the past on a spiritual level. This is spiritual. Somebody got some kind of justice in a situation or wanted justice in a situation that they felt they had no control over. Queen of Wands in reverse. That's with the Justice card, or somebody been dealing with a Libra. Queen of Wands in reverse. Somebody that's like feeling powerless or over aggressive in their approach at doing things, that they're in their approach at communicating. The Queen of Wands is a talker, she's a communicator, she's a good listener. In the upright position, she's a good friend. But in the reverse position, she might not listen, she might talk too much, she might not be the best communicator, she'd be a foe. She'd be angry, she might not be as friendly and as upbeat as she used to be, or could be, or whatever. In that situation, there's something going on. Maybe she didn't get justice, or she wanted justice, didn't get it, and it causes her to go in denial, or it causes somebody to go in denial about a situation. This is the not the king, the Hierophant. This is Taurus. This is actually your card here. Hierophant in reverse. You might not be feeling yourself. You might be out of balance. You might be on the shadow side of yourself and not feeling hopeful, not feeling like you, not feeling hopeful, or knowing that you need some hope and some healing from a situation. Okay? This could be a false prophet around you too, with the Hierophant in reverse. A false prophet, a false educator, someone who is very persuasive, get people to listen to them and respect them as a spiritual advisor, or as a or as like a shaman or a priest, or somebody who's in the high rankings of education, like a professor or someone, and that person's not who they say they are, or that person could be very controlling, you know, trying to force you into committing to something very controlling, using their power over you in a way that's not that's wicked, that's not good. And you needing the faith, you needing to keep your faith, keep wishing, keep praying, to cleanse from this situation. This feels very spiritual. Somebody have been using religion on you to guilt you or to shame you in a situation or to have some kind of control or dominance from with you, and they felt justified. It feels like someone's been leading you down a path when it comes to religion. And that message is for somebody. For somebody, this has to do with childhood. There have been some molestation going on. Someone have been molested when they were young by someone that they trusted a lot, someone that they thought was that they looked up to, that they had faith in, or that was very spiritual or religious. You lost your trust in someone, and maybe the other person is in denial about what it is you you saw, what it is that happened. Maybe you confronted them about something that happened and you're in denial. They're in denial about it because they don't want to deal with it. And you need a do-over. You need to be reborn. You need your faith restored. You lost your faith in somebody, and you're trying to get your faith restored over here for a rebirth, a chance at a better tomorrow. Because for somebody, and this is painful, but somebody does not want what happened in their past, maybe with their childhood, to happen to their children. Somebody doesn't want what happened to them to happen to their children, so they're taking all precautions to protect them now. Maybe somebody's, maybe getting baptized as well here, to get cleansed in some way. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. This is deep, Taurus. This is deep. This is deep, deep, deep stuff going on here. It's going to mean different things for different people. So this reading it very well not apply to you. You say, okay, well, this didn't happen to me, in my life, where there was like some funny business going on, some sort of abuse of power, abuse of authority, someone using their authority over you, and someone being quiet, someone being silent about it and needing to speak up. If this isn't happening to you, maybe this is happening to someone around you that you need to speak up for them, because maybe they can't speak and you need to speak on their behalf. It could be a child, your child, the neighbor's child, and it might not even be a child. It might be just another person or whatever that's going through something like this. Might not be child, but they have the innocence of a child because they could have gone through some trauma, and it just leaves them in a state where they're not their strongest. Does that make sense, Taurus? So kind of keep your eyes peeled for something like this month, because someone needs to come to you. If this isn't you, there's someone around you that's going through something, and you need to step up and speak up for them. Ask them what's going on, talk to them, get them to talk to you or whatever. But this is your reading. I strongly feel like it's you, and this is connected to you. Spirit, why is the Seven of Swords here? Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. Let me see. Milady, this is someone that's sick and sickness is like illness. Sick in bed. Somebody going through some sort of sickness. And you or they need to watch out for something to do with pay paperwork, maybe even insurance. There's some waiting here, maybe waiting on diagnosis, waiting on results, waiting on answers. Somebody's waiting on results from maybe a test. Spirit, why is, tell me more. The Ace of Cups here. Old woman, there's an older woman here. Okay. We're going to kind of get to the bottom of this. Doctor. Yeah. Someone's having some health issues, maybe an older woman. Doctor diagnosis, there will be some sort of answer this month for somebody when it comes to sickness. There's sickness waiting, an older woman, and a doctor talking to a woman. So this is definitely dealing with someone's medical issues, but you want to redefine print, make sure you understand everything. Don't let anybody come to you with a lot of fluff. Don't let anyone, talk to you about how beautiful everything is going to be, and we're offering you maybe even a new medication or something. Oh, this medication, your relative or you are going to take this medication. Everything is going to be beautiful. Everything is going to be fine. Maybe get a second opinion this month about some sort of medication or something, or some sort of prescription or some sort of treatment. Because it's not all what it's cracked up to be. And this message is for somebody. With somebody, it's not so much a sickness, but maybe you going through some sort of recovery period of something, and someone taking advantage of you and moving away, taking advantage of your vulnerability or someone around you. So you still have to watch out for your finances. Somebody's got to, you got to watch out. You got to watch out. Someone may be having a baby too. Baby might be coming. Yep. Chance to have a baby that you weren't able to have in the past due to, beliefs, very religious or spiritual beliefs. Maybe, you were waiting for a long time for marriage or something like that, or maybe you lost a child or something in the past having to do with a child, and you needed to heal from it, some scarring, or maybe something happened in your childhood and you needed to heal to get past your own scarring from that, so that you could get to this point and start a family. You could get a second chance. That message is for somebody. You know what? Let's use this one. Spirit, why is the Five of Cups here for Taurus? Pleasure seekers. Somebody's drinking too much, too much substance abuse. Maybe having some substance issues, too much, it could be too much partying. Somebody's not feeling good, not feeling their best. They need to slow it down. And then there's a surprise here. You learning about this situation, or somebody's learning about this situation with you. Somebody discovering something with too much partying, or overindulgence in substances, where there's a loss. There's loss at the basis of this, and then there's celebration. And these are like a million cards. We're going to shuffle this again. Haughtiness, like arrogance, boasting, bragging. Be careful in this situation, in a relationship that you're in, like a family situation or a relationship that you're in, because you're going through something painful. You're going through something painful, or they're going through something painful, and this is like people gloating, celebrating, and gloating over your unhappiness or your sadness. Your sadness. Be very careful about this. This could be family, and it happens. These things happen. Taurus, this is a very rough reading. I'll be quite honest with you, because somebody's got quite a few issues here that are going on that hasn't been addressed. They have their own personal issues, their own issues here, and then something spills over into a relationship, and then there's something going on. And not everybody, this is not going to resonate with everybody, but it will, some of this will resonate with somebody. There are just like a lot of stories going on here. Somebody's definitely got an issue over here with their career and finances and health. Somebody's got an issue here with possible health and maybe overindulgence in something, partying, substance abuse, and someone, you know, someone is feeling braggadocious about it or gloating over it. Like, oh, look at Taurus. Taurus is sad, and Taurus is going through some stuff, but look at them. They used to be one way, now they are another way. Kind of mocking your downfall. You understand what I'm saying? So be very careful about that. Be very careful about the people that you hang around and the people that you think you can party and be cool with, friends or family or whatever the case, but they're really not on your side. They're really not on your side. Somebody's not on your side. And you'd be surprised about who it is. You'd be surprised about what you discover. And then you've got some past stuff going on here with abuse, with, control, someone making you feel bad and guilty, or you going through issues with the past, dealing with faith, your faith and your belief system, maybe struggle with religion, maybe wanting to get saved, born again, struggling with what you grew up to believe within religion, but then you become born again and you choose, somebody's going to choose their own path when it comes to religion or spirituality. Maybe this is what you struggled with in the past about this. You weren't really sold. You felt justified feeling the way you did because there were some things that happened, and you're like, you know what, this happened. I don't believe in this. Now that I look back on it, no, this wasn't right. This wasn't good, whatever the situation is. But I'm choosing my own path. I'm starting over. I'm back then I didn't, this is like a traditional whatever, this is what family believed in or whatever, but I'm choosing my own path here moving forward. I want to have a better future for myself and my kids. I want to be in more control over what they learn or what I learn on the path moving forward, in general. All right. Deep stuff, Taurus. Deep stuff. Deep, heavy reading, but it's gonna be fine. You will be fine. You will. You will. Spirit, what action steps should Taurus take for the month of September? What action steps should Taurus take? Release. Yep. You've got release. Have a good cry. Grief is a doorway to your deepest self. Have a good cry, let it out. I know you're reflecting. Quite a few of you are reflecting on something that happened, something that made you feel vulnerable, something that made you feel naked. Someone took advantage of you in some way. Someone took advantage of a state where you were vulnerable, when you weren't really strong enough to fight back, and whatever the situation is. But you do have a chance. You can you can start all over again. You can get it together. You can get some counseling here. See, if you need to see a doctor, see a physician, see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, or whoever can help you, please do that. Please do that. Because somebody needs the support that they haven't getting, or maybe someone needs a combination of support, different types of support, supportive friends, supportive loved ones, as well as the support of doctors. Yeah, somebody's been going through a lot, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Yeah, but Taurus, it's okay. It's okay. Life isn't perfect for any of us. And I certainly understand if something happened to you and you're trying to deal with it. You're trying to deal with it the best way you can. But with that said, get all of the help you need, get all the support that you need. And it's okay. It's all right. Okay, Taurus, thank you so very much for your support again. Give me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video if you found it helpful. Ring that notification bell. And if you'd like a personal reading, connect with me at summerintuition.com. That is, you can find that link right below this video, okay? Take care, you guys. I'll be back with more videos. Bye bye for now.